All right, gentlemen, thanks for joining me today and listening to my frustration. Late season soybeans, we have many issues going on. Clearly, weeds is one of them. Late season foxtail is not uncommon for me and my soils. Up until several years ago, it was a huge issue for me in soybeans. And then we did a little bit of research and some educating on chemicals, and we cleaned it up, and it's been a non-issue. Why this little 3-acre corner this year and then a couple random strips up the field that do not follow the sprayer pattern like a bad tip or anything. It just zigzags throughout the field. So I'll chase that around, and I'll chase this. I hate spraying in tall soybeans like this because technically you're not damaging it that much, but it just looks horrendous whenever you turn around. The other thing I don't like is we have big crops like that, or big weeds like this lamb's quarter. There's a great chance we are not going to kill him with Roundup. All we tend to do with lamb's quarter when it's big is make it mad, and then it tends to grow more. And so then we run the controversy of, are we creating Roundup resistant weeds because we can't kill them with enough Roundup? I can't just come out here with 2 quarts or 3 or 4 quarts of Roundup to make sure I smoke everything. There is labeled rates on Roundup, and there is directions I have to follow. Even though it's quote unquote not controlled, I still have to follow the directions. So we got that issue going on. I had some sprayer troubles. I should have been out here several weeks ago, but between rain and then I had the seal go out, I got a new seal. I must have had my eyes closed. I put a little crack in the little water pump style seal, putting it on. Done them seals for 30 years and never had an issue with one. And when it really counted, I screwed it up. Anyhow, I get the new seal in, and then we get more rain delays. And so the other big issue this fall in our area is a new to us bug, which I do not see out here, except here is one piece of evidence. Let me see if I can hold him into the sun, how that leaf is webbed around. That is from the thistle caterpillar. And he will pull these leaves up, he will sit inside there and eat, and then he eventually turns into a butterfly and then breeds, and it starts all over again. The damage threshold is 20% defoliation. I found one leaf in my little circle around me. It is a non-issue in this particular spot. We flew the drone around a lot of the fields to see if we could see nasty spots, and we did not. There are other fields not very far from here where they did have a lot of the thistle caterpillar. It's a very easy to kill bug. The problem is, last week a lot of people were going full bore at 100% coverage across their soybeans to kill the thistle caterpillar. Now we also have aphids. This is the time of year for aphids. Well, if last week we just come through the field and kill all our bugs because we just use a generic insecticide, that means aphids now, if they get brought up by a southern wind, that they can start growing. In this particular spot I'm standing, I'm having a very hard time finding an aphid. On that leaf there, you can see a little tiny thing right off the shadow of the tip of my thumb is that little light green dot. That is an aphid. And you look at the size of the plant. Oh, there's a little cluster right there. Right above the shadow of my thumb. There's a little group of them. The problem with aphids is, you might say, well, how does that tiny little bug cause an issue to this massive plant? Well, in numbers. They are born pregnant, so they can go from 6 to 200 in a couple days, and they bite into the vein of the plant, which causes potential for fungus and other plant health issues, and they're just sheer volume that they start to stress the plant and knock your yield down. So the threshold to spray for aphids, normally as soon as you see them, spray them. But for me, we're looking at the forecast next week. We got a lot of 40-degree overnights coming up. I'm going to risk it. As of right now, we are literally seeing a couple. We are super, super low on the aphid count, that if the chemical is expensive, it would not even be worth it. With the forecast coming up, I think I'm going to risk this sitting this week out. This particular area, I will have insecticide in with my chemical. Since I am out here, I might as well do them in one shot. But the rest of the farm, I will just use the drone and keep an eye on things for the butterflies and for aphids to kind of spot spray if I have to or whatever. So that's the joy I'm having right now. I don't know. I don't want to sound like a whiner. It has been a very frustrating and long season. But the corn right there is looking absolutely gorgeous. It is so tall and so green with these massive ears coming. If we don't have a frost until November, which is highly unlikely, I will be an extremely happy guy. If we have our seasonal frost, statistically at the end of September, you will have a lot of videos of me rolling on the ground and crying. But yeah, anyhow, back to our late season soybeans. Here's where we're at. That's all, guys. I will keep you updated as we go along here and have some fun. I'm gonna walk this field to see if I can physically drive the tractor through, and if I can, I guess I'm spraying. Thanks for watching.